give us a little lead in before the music starts. The whole time.
Almost.
Hello, I'm Jeff.
And I am Jay.
Welcome to this week's Arguably Correct.
Arguably correct.
The cult you never meant to join.
I've been drinking a touch.
4 beers. Not
at this point.
3, actually. Only 3. You're only
4.
on your 4th. You're on your 4th.
Oh,
you haven't ingested your 4th one yet.
And I haven't eaten. Give me a break.
That's what happens when you're 5 pounds.
Don't you challenge my tolerance.
And, you know, the bitch about tolerance, though, is like, you know how expensive it is to get drunk at a bar for me anymore?
Yeah, it's got to be rough.
It is. It does. It gets tough.
Get back into a band again. Get free beers.
Is that? Yeah. It's not free.
Sometimes.
You end up paying more money to be there than you do.
Some places still give you free drinks.
Yeah, I guess they're very few. But anyway, this week we're talking about movies.
Yay. I like movies.
Yeah, I do too, but it's harder and harder to find good ones, at least ones that I think are good.
That was the whole point of me bringing this up. I think so too. And is it just us? Are we old and jaded?
I wonder if
movies suck now?
I think you come to a point in your age that you probably have seen most everything that could happen, right? You've seen kind of, if you I always say this word wrong.
Who's drinking?
Yeah. Every situation, you know, you got the love story, the sport story, the horror story, the sci-fi kind of story. They all kind of start repeating then after a while. You've seen them all.
But that's the same as saying like that music would get, you know,
it does.
Old. Well, except that people keep creating new music, and that can be good.
Yeah, but I mean, subject matter to music doesn't.
We just need
the same.
We need more creative people making better movies, I think.
But how many times can you show? Like, how many stories can there be that aren't, you know, kind of very similar to something else?
That's the whole point. Like, keep pushing it. Keep going further.
Do you think they do go further now?
No, I haven't said. Well, all right. So I used to really enjoy going to the movies, and then I sort of stopped going because all the movies sort of got boring to me. That makes like the last movie I went to see, which I hate to even admit, was Pet Sematary, the new one. And
that was recent.
Fucking monster. Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
So again, here we're back to things are starting to recycle.
It was awful. Well, that's another bitch about this is like the recycling movies just for the sake of it, or just to put women in the roles, like Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah,
fucking stupid. Like if you want to have
the show was stupid, and not the idea of women being in it, but the show was stupid.
Well, no, to remake it just to put women in the role, that's just stupid. If you want to have women in strong roles in movies, awesome. Like write a movie for it. I'm down for the idea, but don't make all the Ghostbusters women just because that's the fad right now. That's fucking dumb.
Well, I think, you know, in the movie world, what happens is, like Ghostbusters, the people who are going to watch Ghostbusters today are going to have a select few of our, you know, generation who grew up with it. Like, oh, we're going to watch it.
To be honest, I didn't go watch it,
and there's not going to be much of it. But now, to everybody else, it's the first and only Ghostbusters because they've probably never seen the other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're so young that that's a movie that's kind of sat back in the background.
But where'd the good movies go? Like Fight Club.
But think about these Marvel comic book movies. I think they're pretty good. You haven't seen any of them?
I saw
Avengers, anything?
All right, so first off, I'll preface by saying I don't always know the difference between Marvel and the other one.
Yeah, I don't need DC.
Yeah. I don't know the difference. It's not my thing.
Spelling, I think, would be the biggest difference.
But I don't know which characters are in which world or whatever.
I don't. Superman's in DC, and I think you got Spider-Man, and
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I saw Iron Man.
Yep.
And I was like, that's a good movie.
Definitely Marvel. I know that one.
And then I saw a little bit of Iron Man 2, and that was probably about the end of my...
No Avengers then?
No
Black Panther?
I started to watch Black Panther, steamy pile of horse shit.
I liked it. I thought it was
stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Yep. I got maybe a half hour in and I was like, nope, dumb movie. Not doing it. Couldn't get into it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
And I don't know, is it
long though?
Is it like the actors, or is it... I don't know. And maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just, again, jaded and stuck in my own ways. But like Fight Club, great movie. Casino, great movie. Goodfellas.
What made them great?
Well,
the actors, the subject,
all of it. I think it's got to be if you have a good subject and a good story and shit actors, it's just, you know, You got to have somebody to a performance to sell it.
Yeah. I mean, I like odd movies, so I'm probably, I shouldn't say not all the movies I like are odd, but I like the more odd the movie, probably the more I'm going to like it. Like Lobster was a really weird movie.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's probably not a lot of people have, but it was really interesting. Of course, I go back to the old ones, Goonies. I love Goonies.
Yep.
Goonies, Never Say Die.
The old classics.
There's probably like 5 in it. There's Stand By Me, Goonies. I guess I have a genre. I like coming of age movies. It reminds me of growing up, right?
One
of those things. Yeah. Camping out in the woods with your friends, doing that kind of shit. And then you got
like butt stuff.
No. Then I also like, for some reason, I like Vietnam movies. Kind of an odd twist there, but like, Hamburger Hill, Apocalypse Now, and my favorite, Full Metal Jacket. It's probably, I think that's 2 movies.
What's that?
Full Metal Jacket to me is 2 movies. There's the first half and the second half.
Maybe it's still 1 movie. But still, it was a good movie.
I watch it probably in 2 separate sittings. I'll watch the first part, and I'm like, and then I'll watch the other part.
Is it just me? Are movies getting worse?
I don't think so. I think our perspective has changed.
You think?
Yeah. I don't think
I don't see, like, I go to see some movies, and I'm just like, man, these aren't, I'm not getting grabbed by it. I'm not getting taken in by it. It's just, I don't know if it's the acting or the story.
You're too much of an asshole these days. Jaded.
Come on, like I've always been an asshole though. But Fight Club was a good movie. The Matrix, that trilogy, fucking fantastic movies.
So you don't think like the Harry Potter series was good?
I couldn't stick with it.
Lord of the Rings?
Okay, so here's a story about that. I didn't know Lord of the Rings was a thing, and so I Jesus. So I see this movie come out. It's Lord of the Rings. I'm like, well, this looks interesting, but I have no idea about the books.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, so I watched the first movie, and where that ended, I was like, that was fucking stupid. I didn't know it was a trilogy. Had no idea.
Yeah, there was more to it.
So I was mad, like really fucking mad. And then I see they're making Lord of the Rings 2, and I'm like, why the fuck would they redo that? The first one was a pile of shit. It didn't make any sense at the ending. Nothing got wrapped up. And then as I was bitching about it to somebody, they were like, dude, it's a trilogy. Oh, I didn't know that. So I ended up finishing it, and I think the first one was better than this 2 and 3. Just in how they were done.
I've actually tried to go back and rewatch them because it's been so long since I've seen them. I don't really remember them that well.
You need like 8 fucking hours. They're long as shit.
I mean, yeah, that's coming from the person who started watching Game of Thrones and burned through like 5 seasons in a weekend.
It was like a week.
Yeah.
It was like 4 days.
See, if you want to do it, it ain't that bad.
Well, but it kept me captivated. That's the thing too. If you can get lost in it.
Lost. No, we're back on
series. We're back on TV shows. Yeah.
But so here you go. Maybe here's your answer. Maybe they're concentrating more on TV shows than they are movies anymore, because there are definitely some great TV shows out there that I can sit here and name 20 probably between the two of us.
Well, I'm not currently watching anything.
Not now, but recently in recent times.
I can't think of any TV show that I'm sort of watching a couple, but like it's
nothing's grabbed me recently. Any new ones? This true.
I started watching on Netflix Designated Survivor, and I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. And then after like 5 episodes, I'm like, oh, it was.
See, that's changes the game too. All these streaming services, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix,
and
now Disney,
and that was my.
They're actually bringing more movies into the fold, right?
They're bringing more movies, but
not always all good movies,
but not quality. Yeah, so I think because Netflix has original, Hulu has original, Amazon has original. Is that what's bringing it down, or no?
So see, I don't know, but
is it going down? Is the first question. Is the quality of movies going down, or is it just me?
I think that part's you, but I think we're in a new chapter of movie history. I think for one of the reasons is all the money being spent on it, and one of the things they changed, which is very interesting, but like Netflix and those types of streaming services that were producing their own movies, their actors couldn't be considered for certain awards because it wasn't within the realm of theater release.
Oh, really?
Right.
Like the Actors Guild or whatever?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, they didn't recognize it, so you couldn't get.
Gotcha.
What's the award for like a movie? An Oscar or something? You couldn't get an Oscar.
Emmy, Oscar.
Yeah, Emmy is for TV, Oscars for movies, because it's EGOT, right? And then you got a Tony and then a Grammy.
You know more about it than I do.
Grammy for music.
Does anybody actually watch those award shows?
I think so. You wait for somebody to fuck up and whoever's going to fall, right? It's kind of like watching NASCAR. You only watch for the crashes.
But you don't watch the whole thing. You just catch like the recap of it, like, right?
I mean, I've watched a few of them over time, but yeah, I'm not really into it.
I've never watched one.
But regardless, now major actors and actresses are starting to be wooed into the Netflix realm because they have made some adjustments that they'll do these theater releases for like however the minimum amount of time is. And then they release it on Netflix. So now these
things to get the awards.
So now they can be considered for Oscars and stuff like that.
For me, it's just been a long time since I went to a movie theater and I walked out like, wow, that was fucking awesome. It's been a while, like a long, and I still go. Like I said, I just went. They remade Pet Sematary, and I'm like, all right, well, let's go check this out. And it was a fucking steaming pile of bullshit. And I got warned. Pile of
bullshit before. But.
I got warned ahead of time. I like the first one, kind of, and I like Stephen King for the most part.
Yeah,
but and like Pet Sematary, like the original, wasn't some classic awesome movie. It was
classic.
It was okay, right. But it wasn't like not in my top 10 or 20 or 50 of movies probably.
I just suggested to like the younger kids, like, hey, that's a movie you should watch. It's one of those classic horror movies that it has defined the genre in that time period.
But the new one, the acting was fucking awful. They butchered the storyline. You know what they did? I don't care about spoilers. Fuck you guys, have been out forever. In the original one, Gage, the son, is the one who died. In the new one, it's the daughter. Because you gotta have the girl role. And I'm like, really? You had to redo this just to put a girl in? Like, ugh. And she wasn't near as creepy because she was kind of older. Like the whole fact of having like this little 4-year-old running around all psychotic and slicing people's Achilles tendons and shit, that was fucking creepy.
It was creepy. And then you had the damn cat on top of it.
Yeah, right. And they did the cat thing, and I don't know. It's
not good.
John Lithgow was in it, and he's the only one that knew how to act.
So is it a matter of your expectations of the movies? Are you looking for something different? Are you want to see the same things that you used to like? Like, do you want to see another Fight Club?
All I know is that I don't necessarily think we need to rehash things. I think but when I watched Fight Club, I was enthralled by that. It was like, it was a really fucking good movie. And I didn't know about the book at the time. No idea it was even a thing. It looked good. Went and watched the movie. Holy fuck, what a great movie. That was it. The Matrix. Right when number 1 came out and I watched it, I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. So I was stuck with number 2 and number 3 and enjoyed those. It's just like the movies that would grab you. Goodfellas. The list goes on and on and on of movies that kind of grab you. And now when I go to the movies, I'm waiting to get grabbed, which sounds weird.
That's a different theater, buddy.
That's a different theater. Yeah.
They close most of those theaters.
Maybe go to the wrong places. Where's Pee Wee Herman when you need him? And I'm not getting.
Actually, he's making movies again too.
Is he really?
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no,
it's not grabbing you, right?
Yeah,
You're not the targeted demographic. I mean, you're not the guy spending. Is that it? I don't think so. You're not the guy spending $40 at the movie theater. The 18-year-old kid is. You know what I mean?
That's not true at all.
What do you mean?
I'm going. I'm spending the money.
Yeah, but I don't think you're not the majority. The teenagers are the majority. Sad to say, but they're the ones
even when
that pay the money.
But when Matrix came out, was I a teenager then?
Close to it.
Yeah, probably close to it. Maybe that's it. Is that it? So I'm old. I'm too old.
I'm too old for movies. I think so. I think most of the movies are focused and designed and developed for your 16 to 25.
So I didn't know that this was even a thing. But like, all right, we had Jurassic Park to begin with, the first 3, and I fucking love those movies. I think they were so well done. And then, as far as I know, they recently came out with like another one. Which the dude from...
Oh, I have not seen that. Yeah.
Oh, the guy from... What? This is so bad. I can't think of the guy's name. The actor that was in...
Jeff Bridges?
No. He was in Parks and Rec.
Oh, I don't know. I'm terrible with actors.
Well, it's fine. He does like a lot of the action movies too. But he was in it, in one of the newer ones, and it was really good. And I thought that was it. Well, then I was recently going through either Hulu or Amazon or one of those services that I have, and I saw there was another Jurassic Park, and I'm like, what the fuck? When did this even come out? I didn't even hear about it. So I watched it. Great fucking movie. But I don't know.
What was it? Which one was it?
It was like
Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
The new one?
The newest.
It was good?
Yeah, I thought. Really? I enjoyed it.
The one before that, I was like...
No, I thought it was
like the little... The running through the street of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then it gets eaten by the big water creature.
What the fuck?
You didn't see that one?
Like that was like an old. Wasn't that like number 3?
No, that was like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago.
I don't know. All I know is that I haven't seen.
Where they threw the flare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. T-Rex was all of a sudden their friend.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Stupid.
I like the Jurassic Park franchise basically.
So to go back on that point, I just had looked it up here. Basically 12 to 24 makes up the majority of people who goes to the movie. Actually, movie theaters.
All right.
So probably to your point, they're not designed to capture you anymore.
So do they have bad taste, or am I just too old to get it? That's the question.
Maybe both.
Okay.
Maybe both.
I wonder if movies make what they used to.
Like money wise?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tons more probably.
Well, like the Marvel thing I get was a huge thing. Mm-hmm. I did enjoy. I did enjoy Star Wars, the new ones, a little bit.
What was that?
Stephen.
People are screaming at the radio right now.
Radio.
Oh yeah, whatever.
It's not a live broadcasting
device. Shit.
Just an A. Yeah. The big tall blue people.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hang on, because I like that movie a lot. I can't wait for the next one to come out. Fucking hell. Yeah, we're
you
dumb.
think the tree grows back? Is that what happens?
But that's the movie, so we're on the same page. Avatar.
Yeah. Okay.
Avatar. Fuck, that took forever.
Yeah, it was a terrible name. I can never remember it. I always say the Blue People movie.
Blue People movie. But it worked.
And it was a dumb movie, but it was a good movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of dumb.
It was well done. Yeah. I've watched it a couple times. I thoroughly enjoyed it. They did a good job. I got lost in the world. I got lost in the story. The people portraying the parts did a good job as far as acting goes. You kind of get, sucked into it a little bit. And I don't see that a lot in the newer movies coming out. It's tough to get. The blockbusters now, I watch them and I'm like, what the fuck? This would have been a bad movie. Fucking 10 years ago, this would have been a flop.
The last movie I saw that probably, grabbed me, I would say, is that the one with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born. And it's a remake.
Remake didn't bother. Skipped it.
I will tell you, it was a good movie. And the thing, it wasn't necessarily the show, it was the acting in it was just very, very, very good. And being music related, kind of, I can relate.
Yeah.
So I think that was the other part of it. And she can act, man. I'll tell you, she really puts the emotions on the screen, and it made your hair stand up here and there, for me anyway. Yeah. I really felt the movie. So
the Johnny Cash movie I liked. That was good.
Which one?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, I haven't seen
I forget what it's called. What? Walk the Line.
Oh, the old, that thing was like 10 years ago.
There's a new one?
No, but I didn't know if there was. That's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but again, good movie, good acting. True. I mean, all that.
All these Marvel movies, the comic book ones, they're kick ass. And so today, the realism in the movies is way higher than it's ever been. I mean, so go back and watch the old Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, the graphics are.
And you thought at that time we were like, oh my gosh, this is insane. This is the greatest show ever. And then you look back at it now, you're like, I can almost see the strings.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's like watching the Muppets.
CGI has gone a long way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is great.
But then they CGI too much.
But that's what bothers me. You've got all the CGI. You've got all the capability of creating an entire world. But somehow the quality of movies to me seems to have gone down.
Well, maybe it's because it's. I don't know. I don't necessarily.
Maybe I'm too bitchy.
Agree with it. Maybe you're too bitchy.
That could be. That's probably.
And we get there. There's a point. So I listen. My dad always talks about certain things with shows, and you get to that point where things start annoying you, and you start calling it out all the time. And I think that happens at about our age, and it gets worse as we go on.
It? Oh fuck!
He
get worse.
He brings up the greatest point, and he's so right that. And I have a hard time hearing anyway. Right, like playing in bands, chainsaws, so on and so forth in my life. I have trouble.
What?
Just picking out certain sounds. But one of his complaints is that they have the music up too loud in on TV series and movies, that the music overpowers the dialogue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're kind of right. It's like you'll have it turned up, and also the music, the background music, and it kills it,
blares out.
Or what really pisses me off is whisper.
Yeah.
Don't whisper.
Like,
I mean,
what?
I get to you can kind of whisper, change it a little bit, but. Like, no, nobody hears that. And so I watch a lot of movies with closed captioning on. So,
oh, Jesus.
Because I can't hear what they say, and people get tired of me asking them what.
I couldn't watch a movie with you. I'd get so upset.
Why? Don't read it.
It's there. It's fucking distracting.
It's not. I mean, it is distracting. I will agree with that. But then again, some not knowing what's happening in the damn story is way more distracting to me.
Which just watch them by yourself. It's fine.
What the fuck did that?
I just want to watch them with you.
Yeah, then there's that. But
so, I don't know.
I think it's a matter of taste. It's not directed towards you. These movies are made for.
I realize the world doesn't revolve around me.
Are you sure?
I am
you know this?
Positive of that. But so the Marvel movies, they do great. I get it. It's like I watched Deadpool, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that was a funny, decent movie. Nothing grabbed me. It wasn't like the best movie ever or whatever.
Deadpool 2 sucked.
And I started watching Deadpool 2, and I'm like, oh, this is just the same exact fucking. Like I got so sick of the character so quick. Like I don't like Ryan Reynolds much to begin with anyway, and the first time I was like, okay, I see the humor, I see what they're doing, and when the second one was just the exact same, but almost exaggerated more,
they couldn't have crowbarred more shitty jokes into that movie.
Exactly. So I after like 20 minutes, half hour, I was like, this is fucking garbage.
You're just crowbarring.
I had better things to do, and so I just shut it off. I've never even seen the end of it. I don't understand. I don't know how it ends. I don't care.
Really.
I'm sure. I already saw it on the first one.
Yeah, it was bad. The first one I thought was it's creative. It
was all right.
It was a different spin on the characters of an anti-superhero of sorts.
Yeah, but they pushed. You're right. They pushed more jokes in the second one.
Ugh. And because that's what worked for him in the first one, I get it. Like that's kind of what made Deadpool in the first part wasn't any of the action or anything. Like it was funny. It's hard. It's quips, not normal to see
all the funny quips.
Yeah, it's not normal to see that type of character in those movies have that kind of bad attitude.
They multiplied it by 10.
Yeah.
I think in the half hour that I saw of the Deadpool 2, it was an equal amount of jokes as the entirety of Deadpool 1.
Yeah, you're
crammed
probably
in half
right.
an hour. And I was like,
and in the wrong places.
It's not even funny anymore, man.
Yeah,
overkill, garbage.
Well, that's a way I felt about the Star Wars movies too. Like the most recent Star Wars movies, like they put jokes in places like really.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
There was one I can't remember what it was. They almost what seemed to be almost reference Spaceballs, and like in one of the moments where they're like docking a ship or something, and the guy calls out, he's like, "Oh, 75." I don't remember exactly, but I'm thinking this is like Spaceballs, almost exactly like Spaceballs.
Yeah. Why would you do?
Why would you do that? And this is like a serious moment.
Yeah.
I mean, are you just trying to call out to the people who might recognize it as an homage to Spaceballs? Like, yeah, but then you suck me out of the movie. Like,
but overall, I do like the new Star Wars movies.
Do you? Why?
And I don't know. I think that they've got the action. They got the storyline they're still going with, and I don't mind now that it's like changed. Now like the new Jedi coming up is the chick. Okay, great. Like that's.
Wait a minute. Now you're all against.
No. Because the storyline has moved that way. They didn't just remake the first one and have Luke Skywalker be Lucia Skywalker. They didn't redo it.
Lucia Skywalker.
Yeah, but they're writing in the strong female character. Okay, great. Like she fucking rocks it. I'm cool with it. I don't know. I'm thoroughly enjoying them. But that's about it. Like I have a hard time.
So I think I might change my opinion. I think you're right. Movies for us, suck. Like, but where we're getting is the series. Like I think. Like the streaming stuff, the Netflix stuff, I think that's where it's appealing to our generation. We're getting more of that nowadays than we are of movies, in my opinion.
But I like movies. I've always been a big movie buff, and now I'm like, aw.
Like I don't even know what's in theater right now.
I'm hunting for a new movie, and I can't seem to find something good, like worth going to.
We're getting too cynical in our old age.
That was the question. Is that it, or are they just shit now? I think they're just shit now.
What's the poll? We'll leave it up to the people. And tell us, let's
put a poll out on this one. I
think it matters to your age. Like Toy Story 4 is coming out.
Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't watch. I think I watched one. That was it.
Secret Life of Pets. Again, 12 to 25.
All right, I'm not gonna go to that.
Dark Phoenix, another Marvel movie. Oh my god, 23% Rotten Tomatoes, which means it's not a very good movie. It's
what else?
Bad. Men in Black International, which none of the original people I think are in it.
Jesus.
Again, remake. So we got
just ruin it.
Remake, not a remake, but
because Men in Black was a good movie.
Which one? Yeah. Not the last. I think it was the last one. Not very well.
Which one was the last one?
God, I don't know. 4, 9.
See, I watched 1.
Yeah,
I watched Men in Black 1. I don't think I've ever seen Men in Black 2.
So all the movies that are playing right now, Toy Story 4 is a sequel. Secret Life of Pets is a sequel. Dark Phoenix, a Marvel movie, which essentially is a sequel of not really a sequel, but Men in Black, a sequel. Godzilla, a remake.
What? Another Godzilla?
Godzilla, King of Monsters. Yep.
Oh, fucking hell. See, where's the originality in anything anymore?
Aladdin.
What the? We already did that.
A movie about another rock star, Rocket Man.
Actually, I do want to see that one.
I have heard that's pretty good.
I want to see that, and
a movie about Shaft.
And sadly, do tell.
All Shaft.
I sadly hate to admit this. I still have not seen Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's unfortunate.
And
it was good.
I know I can't. Well, I know they got a lot of things wrong, but I still want to see it.
Child's Play remake.
Child's Play? They're remaking Child's Play?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that with Chucky, right?
Yeah, well, I shouldn't say it's a remake. It just has it listed here, and I'm assuming since it's on here, it's a remake.
Why don't we just go ahead and put Leprechauns in space on every theater and just... remember that Steven Puller bullshit?
No, that sounds terrible.
Remember Leprechaun, the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ended up
Child's Play was a remake, 2019 remake.
Yeah. They already did Child's Play, back in the 80s.
Which was a fucking horribly
fucking terrifying,
scary movie.
Right? Yeah. But so, all right, so it's not just me then. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say that I'm right.
I'm gonna turn the page and say, yeah,
They're
I think
all
you're right too.
Fucking remakes. Where's the originality? Where's something new and inspiring and interesting, and where's the creativity at?
But nobody wants to watch those.
What I do, motherfucker?
Yeah, well, nobody wants to watch those. So there's that. Movies suck. I think TV shows are good.
I think if it comes down to
it's not geared towards us.
If they remake The Matrix with instead of Keanu Reeves, just like some chick, I'm just gonna be done with movies in general. I might even just move away to some place with no internet or power and just live.
Well, that's not too far from where you live as it is anyway. I'm sure you can go not too far from here and find...
You can go a few miles away and I'll be fine.
Pretty much.
I like it out here.
Good thing you have the Electoral College that can represent you well out there. There are low politics in there.
Nope.
So you're giving up on movies?
I don't want to. I want to be entertained. I want good movies. Do
you use the movie Rotten Tomatoes or any of those review sites to kind of choose your movies?
No, because I don't want to go in with a preconception of what it is. I want to I was told by someone not to go watch the new Pet Sematary. They're like, you're gonna fucking hate it. Well, at first they asked if I liked the first one. I'm like, yeah, it was kind of a good movie back in the 80s or whatever. It was all right. And they were like, are you a Stephen King fan? I'm like, yeah, for the most part. I think he's done some really good stuff. And they're like, oh, don't go watch this. You're gonna fucking hate it. And I'm like, I couldn't possibly hate it. It's just gonna be like, a remake, but just better graphics, better quality, better acting.
You would think.
And I got there and it was fucking garbage. I actually came home from that, and the next day I went on Amazon and I bought the original Pet Sematary and I rewatched it, and I enjoyed watching the original one 10 times more than I enjoyed the Steven Tyler shit that the second one was. So I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. I mean, I will agree with you. There's a lot less movies I want to see in the theater anyway. But TV shows, that's where it kind of makes up for it. At least there's a lot more TV shows I watch now, or at least have over the last 4 or 5 years that appeals to me more than the movies do.
I don't have any TV shows right now. I'm kind of out of things to watch, and I don't know what to do with my time.
I'm a little in between, so I rewatched The Office over and over and over again.
See, I've already watched it a couple times. Fantastic. That and Parks and Rec both are...
I can't get into this.
Oh, Parks and Rec were great. Great series.
I've tried, because everybody's told me, and I've watched it. I'm like, just waiting for it to get better.
I can't do Archer.
I think I've seen one.
I think the jokes are good, but the animation is just such shit that I can't watch it.
So what somebody said with Parks and Rec to skip the first season, just go to season 2.
No, I liked it all. I liked all of it.
Did you start watching The Wire? You said you were going to watch The Wire for last episode.
I have not.
No.
Another buddy of ours told me to watch movie. I think it was HBO. I don't know. It was some sci-fi thing. So I kind of gave that a try, and I got 2 episodes in and was burned out. So nope.
Well, there's the question to the audience: is it us, our generation, or the movie industry? Period. That sucks. Yeah. I mean, for lack of a better word.
Where's my new Goodfellas? Where's my new Fight Club? Where's my new?
I think they're concentrating
Matrix
more on the TV series because there's a lot more money to be.
Where's my new fucking awesome story? Do I have to go write it? Because I suck at it. But apparently it's okay if you suck at it because it'll still get made into a movie because they all fucking suck right now.
I tell you, if you have Netflix, Beast of No Nation, have you seen that yet? I will advise
Beast of No Nation, is it a movie?
It is. It's a movie, Netflix movie original.
All right.
It's about Africa and apartheid, or not apartheid, excuse me, but some of the civil war there and kind of what happens. It's a great movie.
All right, I'll give that a try. I need something to fucking watch.
Yeah, I tried out.
I can't find it. I can't go to the theater and get entertained.
Is that the thing? Is you get so much choice now? Maybe that's why we're so jaded. It's like, oh, you have so many options.
You know what though? Like that's the thing. You say, so they say there's so many options, but I'll get on Netflix and I'll spend a half an hour.
Yeah,
scrolling
on my
through
account on Netflix and see how much shit you've never seen before.
Yeah, but it's all junk. I'm like, oh, this sounds good. This looks entertaining, and I'll click on it, and I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, how did that even get made? It's like anybody in college that went to film school can now make a fucking Netflix original movie
or a podcast.
Or a podcast. You're not wrong.
Podcast to me, and I'm gonna dig on ourselves. Like I said this a while back, but podcasts to me are the new garage bands. Back when we were kids, everybody had a garage band.
Which is funny because maybe I probably shouldn't even admit this, but I don't listen to podcasts. I don't listen to our podcast.
I shouldn't admit that.
No, I mean, just cut it out.
That's all right. No, hey, to each their own.
Well, I mean, I've listened to a couple, the ones you've showed me, and I'm like, all right, that's interesting, but I don't have.
You're not a habitual listener.
No, only.
The funny thing is, if you found a podcast about your other things, your interests, you probably would listen.
No. Again, like it goes back to the thing we talked about a couple episodes ago, with like reading and audiobooks. I don't do well with listening. If somebody talks too long at me, I just fucking zone out and I go back into my own thoughts again. If you were to take someone's podcast,
episodes are less than 45 minutes long.
If you were to take someone's podcast, right, and put it all down on paper, I would read it and probably be very enthralled by it.
They have them. A lot of people transcribe them.
I could read that, but I'd rather read it than just sit and listen to it. If I'm listening to anything, it's gonna be music.
I would rather listen to it than read it.
No, can't do it. Yeah. I don't have that.
You're arguably correct, Jay. You're arguably correct.
All right, well, it's a personal preference.
Well, speaking of preferences.
I'm trying to tell people to stop listening to us. Go read a book.
Watch a movie. Give us recommendations on ones that Jay needs to watch of modern, let's say the movies in the last 5 years Jay needs to watch to change his opinion if you have an
Yes, I
would love to see that. Yeah.
I want to see that as well.
Yeah. So and
I'll watch them and I'll review them.
Ooh.
That'll be a later episode and I can tell people how wrong they were.
Jay's reviews.
Unless they drop me a fucking good one.
Yeah, then there's that. So until next time, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jaded Jay.